Hey there. Have you ever finished a simple task, like folding laundry or watering the plants, and suddenly felt like you've run a marathon? Like your energy just vanished? Maybe you've even thought, is this just part of getting older? Well, I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be. The truth is, what you eat plays a huge role in how energetic, or exhausted, you feel every day. And the good news? A few simple tweaks to your plate can make all the difference. Today, we're talking about 7 foods that can help you reclaim that spark, fight fatigue, and keep you feeling vibrant long after 60. These aren't weird, hard-to-find ingredients, either. They're everyday foods you might already have in your kitchen. So grab a cup of tea, pull up a chair, and let's dive in. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Food? Really? Can it really fix my afternoon slump? Absolutely. Think of your body like a car. If you put in the wrong fuel, it'll sputter and stall. But give it the right fuel, and suddenly, you're cruising down the highway with the windows down. After 60, our bodies need a little extra TLC to keep that engine humming. And that's where these 7 foods come in. Let's start with the first one. And honestly, it's a superstar. I'm talking about spinach. Yes, good old leafy greens. Now, I'm not asking you to eat a salad the size of a pillow. But here's why spinach matters. It's packed with iron. Low iron levels can leave you feeling like a deflated balloon, weak, tired, and just blah. And here's the kicker. As we age, our bodies don't absorb iron as easily as they used to. So, we've got to be sneaky about it. Try tossing a handful of spinach into your morning omelet, or blend it into a smoothie with some frozen mango and Greek yogurt. You won't even taste it, I promise. My neighbor Margaret, she's 72, told me she started adding spinach to her scrambled eggs, and within a week, she noticed she wasn't hitting that 3 p.m. wall anymore. Small change, big payoff. Next up, eggs. Now, I know eggs have gotten a bad rap over the years, but let's set the record straight. They're one of the most efficient foods out there for seniors. Why? They're loaded with high-quality protein to keep your muscles strong. Yes, muscle loss is a real thing as we age, and they've got B vitamins, especially B12, which is like a natural energy booster. But here's the trick. Don't just eat the whites. The yolk is where all the good stuff lives. If you're worried about cholesterol, talk to your doctor. But for most folks, an egg a day is perfectly safe. Try hard-boiling a batch at the start of the week for a quick snack. Or whip up a veggie pack frittata. My friend Carl, he's 68, calls eggs his daily energy pills. He eats 2 for breakfast, and he says it keeps him going until lunch without a single yawn. Now, let's talk about something sweet: blueberries. These little guys are like nature's candy, but with the superhero cape. They're bursting with antioxidants, which fight off the stuff in your body that makes you feel sluggish. Plus, studies show they can even help improve memory. Bonus points for keeping your mind sharp. The best part? No prep needed. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, stir them into yogurt, or just eat them by the handful. My grandma used to keep a bowl of blueberries on her kitchen counter as her grab-and-go snack. She lived to 94, and let me tell you, she was growing tomatoes and bossing us around until her last day. If that's not proof, I don't know what is. So, we've covered spinach, eggs, and blueberries, 3 simple, delicious foods that can kick fatigue to the curb. But guess what? We're just getting started. There are 4 more foods on this list that are just as easy to add to your day, and I can't wait to share them with you. In the meantime, why not pick one of these to try this week? Maybe swap your morning toast for an omelet with spinach, or toss a handful of blueberries into your cereal. Small steps, my friend. That's how lasting change happens. And hey, if you've already tried one of these, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how it's working for you. Up next, we'll talk about a food that's a total game changer for your heart and your energy levels. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Now, since we've talked about oats, blueberries, and leafy greens, let's get into something that often gets overlooked, but is incredibly important: protein. After 60, getting enough high-quality protein each day isn't just about building muscle. It's about keeping the muscle you already have. And that muscle plays a big role in how much energy you feel throughout the day. It helps support your joints, your posture, even your balance. Losing muscle too quickly can lead to more fatigue, slower recovery, and even more aches and pains. One of the best and easiest sources of protein to include daily is eggs. Simple, right? But don't let that simplicity fool you. Eggs are a powerhouse. They're not only packed with protein, but they also contain B12, which is essential for energy production and something many older adults tend to run low on. If you've ever felt foggy, sluggish, or just off, low B12 could be part of the reason. Eggs are also easy to prepare, versatile, and affordable. Scrambled for breakfast, hard-boiled as a snack, or sliced over a salad, you can't go wrong. And let's bust the old myth about cholesterol in eggs while we're at it. For most people, eating an egg a day, or even two, is perfectly healthy. The real troublemakers tend to be processed foods and too much added sugar, not a couple of wholesome eggs. Now, while we're on the topic of healthy fats and keeping your energy steady throughout the day, we have to talk about nuts, especially almonds and walnuts. These little guys are a perfect snack, but they do a whole lot more than keep your hunger at bay. They're rich in healthy fats, fiber, magnesium, and protein, all of which help regulate blood sugar and keep that mid-afternoon crash away. Have you ever had one of those days where lunch feels like it just disappears, and 2 hours later, you're yawning and reaching for something sweet? That's your blood sugar doing a little roller coaster trick on you. But when you pair a carb, say, a piece of fruit, with a handful of nuts, you get longer-lasting fuel without that crash. Walnuts, in particular, also contain omega-3 fatty acids, which are fantastic for brain health and reducing inflammation in the body. That means better focus, better mobility, and more consistent energy throughout the day. And the best part, you don't need a lot. Just a small handful of nuts each day is enough to reap the benefits. Keep some in a little jar on the counter or tuck a bag in your purse or pocket when you're on the go. They're nature's perfect energy bar, no wrapper required. Now, I want to introduce a food that doesn't always get the spotlight, but should absolutely be part of your daily routine if you're looking to fight fatigue and feel stronger. Lentils. That's right. These tiny legumes pack a serious punch. They're full of plant-based protein, iron, fiber, and complex carbohydrates, making them one of the most balanced foods you can eat for steady, reliable energy. They're also incredibly versatile. You can toss them into soups, mix them into salads, or make a hearty lentil stew that keeps you full for hours. And they're gentle on the digestive system, especially if you cook them until soft. What makes lentils extra special is that they help balance your blood sugar while also feeding your gut. And a healthy gut is directly tied to how energetic you feel. When your digestion is running smoothly, everything else seems to work better too. Now, I get it. Lentils might not be everyone's go-to, especially if you didn't grow up eating them. But don't be afraid to try them out in small ways. You might be surprised at how comforting and satisfying they can be. And if cooking them from scratch feels like too much, canned or pre-cooked lentils are a great option. Just rinse them well to reduce the sodium, and you're good to go. At this point, we've covered some of the most powerful everyday foods you can bring into your diet. Foods that not only help you avoid that dreaded afternoon slump, but also give your body the nutrients it needs to stay strong, sharp, and resilient. And really, that's what this is all about. Not just having more energy, but living with more ease. Being able to walk a little farther without feeling winded. Playing with the grandkids without needing a nap right after. Waking up feeling like you actually rested. Because energy isn't just physical, it's emotional too. When we fuel our bodies with the right things, we think more clearly, we move more freely, and we're just happier. And isn't that the goal? To feel more like yourself again. Maybe even better than you have in years? So whether it's starting the day with a warm bowl of oats, tossing a few blueberries into your yogurt, or adding a handful of spinach to your soup, every small step counts. Every bite you take that's full of the good stuff is a step toward more vitality, more confidence, and more of the life you deserve. And we're not done just yet. There's still a couple more foods I want to share with you. Ones that can truly round out your day with energy and nourishment. So let's keep going and talk about what else you can eat daily to help your body feel its best. And one of those foods is something that's been used for centuries across the world, especially in traditional diets, sweet potatoes. Now, if you haven't had a sweet potato in a while, this might be your sign to bring them back into your kitchen. They're not just delicious, They're also one of the best natural sources of long-lasting energy you can eat. What makes sweet potatoes so powerful is their perfect combination of complex carbohydrates and fiber. That means they digest slowly, giving you a steady release of fuel rather than a quick spike, followed by a crash. They're also rich in potassium, which helps regulate your muscles and nervous system. And if you've ever had muscle cramps or that tired, heavy leg feeling, potassium might be just what you need more of. And let's not forget the beautiful orange color of sweet potatoes. That's from beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin A. It helps support your immune system and eye health, which becomes even more important as we get older. You can roast them, mash them, or even slice them into wedges and bake them like fries. They're naturally sweet, satisfying, and incredibly versatile. Now, to round out this list of daily energy boosters, we have one of the simplest, most humble foods of all: water. I know, it's not technically a food, but hear me out. You'd be amazed how many people feel sluggish or tired simply because they're not drinking enough water throughout the day. After 60, our sense of thirst tends to decline, which means we might not always notice we're getting dehydrated until it's already affecting us. Dehydration can cause fatigue, headaches, brain fog, and even make you feel hungrier than you actually are. But staying hydrated doesn't mean chugging glasses of plain water if you're not a fan. You can sip on herbal teas, add a splash of lemon or cucumber to your water, or eat more water-rich foods like cucumbers, oranges, and melons. It all adds up. One simple trick is to keep a water bottle nearby, something easy to grab while you're reading, watching TV, or out in the garden. Every sip helps keep your body running smoothly, and it's one of the quickest ways to perk up if you're feeling tired. You might even notice a difference in your skin, joints, and digestion after just a few days of drinking more. So now that we've walked through all 7 of these energy-boosting foods: oats, blueberries, leafy greens, eggs, nuts, lentils, sweet potatoes, and yes, water too, take a moment to think about how they might fit into your day. Not all at once, of course. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Even adding just 2 or 3 of these into your meals regularly can completely change the way you feel. You don't have to wait weeks or months to notice a difference, either. Many people find they start to feel lighter, clearer, and more energized within days of making small shifts in their meals. And the best part? These foods don't just boost your energy. They also support your heart, your brain, your bones, and your overall well-being. It's like giving your body a little tune-up, one bite at a time. Remember, you deserve to feel good in your body, not just good for your age, but truly good. There's no magic number that tells you when your energy has to start fading. You get to decide how you feel each day, and food is one of your most powerful tools to make that happen. So whether you're cooking for yourself, sharing meals with a spouse, or even helping care for someone else, keep these foods in mind. You're not just making meals, you're building a foundation for more energy, more movement, and more joy in the day-to-day moments. And don't worry if it feels like a lot at first. Start with what feels manageable. Maybe you begin your morning with eggs and spinach, or swap out a bag of chips for a handful of almonds. Maybe you try lentils in a soup this week, or toss a few blueberries into your yogurt. Let it be a process, and celebrate every little change you make. Because every step forward, no matter how small, is still a step toward feeling better, stronger, and more alive. You've got this. You really do. You're not too old. It's not too late. Your energy isn't gone. It's just waiting to be rekindled with the right fuel. If this video gave you a few ideas or reminded you of something you'd forgotten, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment down below. Maybe share one small change you're planning to try this week. I read every comment, and it truly means a lot to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so more people like you can find it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more health and lifestyle tips made just for you. We've got a lot more coming your way, and I want you to be part of this journey toward a healthier, more energized life. Until next time, take care of yourself. Stay curious, stay hopeful, and remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're right here, right now. Here's to living your best life at any age.